Forest connectivity is also important in order to ensure the survival of orangutan in Borneo. Asia's only great ape, the orangutan, or man of the forest, is found only on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. Globally classified as endangered, orangutans in Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak are probably best classed as vulnerable. The Kinabatangan Sagama orangutan population represents the largest orangutan population in Malaysia and arguably the most secure orangutan population in the world. Orangutan is an endangered species in Borneo. In Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak, the species is best classed as vulnerable because the rate of orangutan habitat loss has fallen off to a very low level in recent years. There is almost no hunting of this species, and most of the remaining populations occur in forests to be retained as protected areas or under natural forest management for timber production. An understanding of three main features of the biology of the orangutan can quickly help us to see why the orangutan has become endangered with extinction, and why, in the more stable conditions of Sabah and Sarawak, it remains vulnerable. Firstly, orangutans can survive only in extensive natural forests, and only some forests, mainly in lowlands and swamps. Secondly, orangutans require high-quality foods and a variety of fruits. In regions where natural fruiting is infrequent and seasonal, such as hill ranges, orangutan populations may not be able to survive, even where there is no hunting or disease. Orangutans can and do eat young leaves and bark plants, but these are not their main foods. They cannot survive for long without fruits. Thirdly, orangutans grow slowly and breed very slowly. It is thought that the average wild female orangutan successfully bears only about 3 young during her lifetime, even under optimum circumstances. This means that any kind of pressure which slows natural breeding rate or raises death rate has an enormous impact on the survival of the population. Such pressures may be hunting or disease such as malaria, but the most severe pressure may be El Niño droughts. Some of the orangutan population in the Kinabatangan Sagama area is already isolated due to forest degradation and the biological barrier that is the Sagama River. Previous logging activities and forest fires in some of this forest have partly damaged the forest structure. In the near future, the orangutan population in this area may decline due to poor habitat and low carrying capacity. However, the present government of Sabah has made a commitment to maintain orangutan forest habitat in Ulu Sugama Malua Forest Reserve under natural forest management. Under this management, there may not be plans to convert the area into plantations, but implement forest restoration activities. WWF works closely with the Sabah Forestry Department to align forest management units to the certification by the Forest Stewardship Council, or FSC. This ensures international standards of timber harvesting that is globally accepted. WWF takes part in Sabah's forest management exercises and supports any assistance or investments in forest management that guarantee viable orangutan populations. To help out the restoration program for the state, WWF conducts studies on orangutan distribution in Ulu Sugama Malua using aerial and ground surveys. Repeated observations of orangutans in logged forests by researchers in Sabah showed conclusively that the largest number of orangutans are in fact in logged forests and degraded forests. Restoring the orangutan habitat does not mean large investments in locking up land, because orangutans can survive in restored forests that are to be managed for timber production. The important point is that the areas with orangutans are not converted to plantations of one species.